of December 19, 2024, 7 p.m. Can the clerk call the roll, please?
Councilor Greathouse?
Here.
Councilor Steer?
Here.
Councilor Burlingame?
Here.
Councilor Arnold?
Here.
Councilor Burns?
Here, please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I understand the traffic is a little crazy out there, so we're going to just get some of the boring town stuff, and then we'll get to the Pontiganson football. All right, do we have anything for open forum?
No.
All right. So we're going to jump ahead.
We'll go to 5.
We're going to go to 5.
No, number 6.
Number 6. All right, consent items, discussion and action, approval of town council minutes, regular meeting of November 21st, 2024, and meeting of December 5th, 2024. B, tax assessors additions and abatements, November 2024, and the finance director's report, November 2024. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve the town council meeting minutes of November 21st, 2024, December 5th, 2024, to approve the abatements to the 2024 tax roll in the amount of $1,365.21. No additions to the 2024 tax roll, and to accept the finance director's report dated November 2024.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes. Unfinished business, boards and commissions, discussion under action, appointments, discussion under action. A, zoning board, alternate 2, number 1, year term to expire 12/31/2024. There's no recommendations at this time. Can I get a table, please?
Make a motion to table the appointment to the zoning board of review, alternate number 2, position to January 16th, 2025.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
B, parade committee, number 1, alternate, number 2, alternate 3. There's no recommendations at this time. Can I get a table, please?
Motion to table the appointment to the parade committee, alternate number 2, position to January 16th, 2025.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. New business authorization for signature, discussion, or action. Annual ARPA certification, town clerk. Each year, the employees appointed to the position of records officers have a meeting training. Each year, the employees appointed to the position of records have meet training requirements, file a certification form. The town clerk is the officer for the town hall offices and has completed the online attorney general's training. The council must now approve the certification. Can I get a motion?
Motion to authorize the town council president to sign an attorney general certificate of compliance, access to the Public Records Act form for Gene Facto certified personnel for 2024-2025.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 2, fiscal year 2024 emergency management performance grant award letter. Council's received a grant award assurances document lobbying form for the fiscal year of 2024 EMPG program grant award in the amount of $9,450 for salaried EMA operations, Town of Glocester emergency management program, and the signature of town council is required. Can I get a motion?
Motion to authorize the town council president to sign the grant award assurances document and lobbying form for the FY 2024 EMPG program grant award in the amount of $9,450 for salaried EMA operations.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Finance Department, number 1, FY 24 appropriations, transfer of funds, restricted accounts to general fund surplus, discussion under action. Finance Director's request for the following: memo to Honorable Town Council from Elizabeth A. Beltram, Finance Director, re-fiscal 2024 fund balance reassignment. The date is December 19th, 2024. I'm requesting the transfer of $20,000 from the Assigned Technology Fund, MC, be assigned to the Unassigned General Fund, and for approval to include this reassignment part of the comprehensive financial statements for the year ending June 30th, 2024, respectfully, Elizabeth A. Beltram. 2027, that's wrong. Respectfully, Elizabeth A. Beltram, Finance Director. Can I get a motion?
Motion to transfer $20,000 from the assigned technology fund MC to the unassigned general fund. Said reassignment to be part of the comprehensive financial statements for the year ending June 28th, 2024.
2027.
No,
Oh,
I
the June-
believe her letter had a typo.
You said the letter's a
Yeah.
typo?
Yeah.
That's a typo.
We checked with the finance office today.
So keep it as 27?
Keep it
24.
24?
We can't push it 3 years up.
Okay. All right, can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. All right, we got a pretty full room. I think we'll go right back down to, we'll go to the first agenda. Back to page 1, table 2. All right, so this is V, Resolution 2024-04, RI State Division 3 Super Bowl champions. Welcome, Pontiac High School football team. So we created a resolution this evening to celebrate the 2024-25 Pontiac High School Chieftains football team for their very successful season. This is Resolution 2024-04, 2024 RI State Division III Super Bowl champions. Whereas the Town Council and the Town Clerk of the Town of Gloucester would like to congratulate the 24-25 Pontiac High School Chieftains football team for achieving the distinct honor of being the 2024 Division III State Champion Super Bowl football champions. Whereas the Chieftains set the tone for their Super Bowl win from the first play of the game and defeated top seed Classical High School 28-13. And whereas the Chieftains' hard work and dedication throughout the entire season resulted in an outstanding record of 10-1. And whereas the Chieftains' team spirit, sacrifice, camaraderie demonstrated by the young group of men and their coaches throughout the season will continue to serve as an outstanding inspiration to other students and a source of extreme pride for Northern Rhode Island. And now therefore let it be known that the Town Council, the Town Clerk, and the residents of the Town of Gloucester express their sincerest congratulations to the 2024 Rhode Island State Division III Super Bowl champions. And that's Gene M. Fecto, CMC Town Clerk, myself, William A. Worthy, President, adopted this 19th day of December 2024. Congratulations. So what we have for you today is something to go to the high school that will stay there forever, so everybody will be able to see your accomplishments for the 24-25 season. So that will go to Coach Cato. And at this time, could I have Head Coach David Cato, Assistant Coach Anthony DeLuise, Assistant Coach Stephen Plouffe, Assistant Coach Tyler Calabro, and Assistant myself. Come right up here. All right, so be it here known to all that the Town of Gloucester hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Head Coach David Cato. And this is in recognition of your dedication to the 2024 Pontiac Chieftains football team. The leadership, the camaraderie, the demonstration by Coach Cato throughout the season has proven to be an outstanding inspiration to all of our coaches and students and a source of pride for Gloucester and Northern Rhode Island. Assistant Coach Anthony DeLuise. We can get this to Coach Plouffe. Also Coach Tyler Calabro. And for me. At this time, Coach, if you want to read these out and hand them out to, I'll just read them by name if you guys want to split it up. Oh, I'll get one.
I just want to thank Coach Will. It's like nice seeing him here, working in his element. You know, that's like us on the football field. It's a different kind of element for us, but you guys do great work here, and we appreciate being honored here. And it's two towns, but it's one high school, and we're all one group. And when that town, when they came out, and the police car with Dennis Smith drove us all the way to Cranston Stadium, we ran every light, and the kids loved it. It was awesome. But I couldn't have done it without these studs that are right here in front of you, as well as the coaching staff that I have, with our offensive coordinator, Anthony DeLuise. Coach Will took over our offensive JV program, and he did an awesome job. He finished up with a 6-2 record. Actually 6-1, because when he wasn't there, they lost one of the other games. And Coach John Hader, who's in the back over there, I'd like to acknowledge him for that too. First guy I'd like to talk about is that we have here is Owen Allen. Owen, stay there, Owen. He plays soccer, didn't have to play football. He came to us last year. John said, we may have a kicker for you, coach. Talked to his dad. He came every day, worked on his craft with us, and he was 42 out of 45 extra points. He kicked one field in the playoff game that made it was a 7-point game at the time, made it 10 points, and I'm just so proud of the kid. That's Owen Allen. Another player that was on the green group, what we call him, was the younger guys coming up. He hits the weight room. He's going to be a starter next year. That's Riley Almeida. One of the other guys, since they're going through the things over here. Got another guy that was with the green group, the younger group that we had, but with these younger guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we did. When we go on defense, we have 3 offensive units that go against us. That gives us tons of reps, and this kid's going to be a stud in the future. Caden Desalets. Caden Desatels, my bad. One guy that we wouldn't be here definitely without. He's our field general on offense. I talked about him last night at the MVP dinner. He was our offensive MVP. He had a run against class. I've been coaching 28 years. I've never seen a run like this in my life. He got hit about probably 13 times, stumbled, and on his feet into the end zone for a 42-yard run. He had over 1,900 yards, 30 touchdowns combined, and I think he's probably the best quarterback to ever come out of Providence High School, and that's Robbie Grenga. We got these two. They're Thing 1 and Thing 2. They're twins, and they play in all our special teams for us. And we're gonna need them next year. They're wrestling right now. They're gonna do track in the off season. That's Ashton and Ethan Hayter. This guy, we watched him on some of the green group games, the JV games, and he's going to be expected to do a lot of things next year as a wide receiver and defensive back. Anthony Hollis. This guy's a 2-year starter. He's only a junior. He's been our center for the last 2 years, and next year we may move him around, maybe offensive guard. He's been great for us all year long with his snaps, and that's Ethan Lemansky. This kid is by far the best wide receiver I've coached. I told him that. I've had 3 All-Staters. He didn't get All-State this year, but in my mind and the coaches' minds, he got second team All-State, but he's a first teamer in our book. He had 2 touchdowns that Robbie threw to him in the Super Bowl, over 60 yards, same play. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right, Trent? He's a dude, Trevor Lang. This guy played offensive tackle for us, defensive end for us. Drove me crazy in practice every single day, but he was a stud on the field for us. When it came to playing, he was there for us. He played right beside his best friend, who kind of did both of this. That made us nuts, but I love the kid, Nicholas Matarisi. This guy by far, we put him sometimes on the best wide receiver that they had out there. He was a lockdown corner at times. He got beat a couple of times, but he would never say, Coach, take me out. He always stayed in there, and I'm very proud of him, Randy Miles. This guy's a first-year player. He was on the green group for us. He's a wrestler. First time I shook his hand, he's about this big, weighs about 115 pounds. He could choke a moose with his hands. That's why I know he's a good wrestler. Dylan Nelson. This guy got hurt in our first game against Mount Hope. We missed 4 games for us. But I truly believe if he didn't come back, he put us over the top. He really did. He played hurt for us, and he scored touchdowns against Pilgrim in the playoffs. He scored touchdowns against North Providence. He had 2 interceptions in the Super Bowl. I can't say enough about the kid. He made second team All Division. He deserved first, but because he didn't play so many games, he was the reason that put us over the top in the Super Bowl. Bryce Peterson. This guy practiced terrible all year, but he's a gamer. Anytime the game came around, he was there. He played for us. He had an interception against Pilgrim. Yeah, I'm talking about you. He was just a beast running the ball. He's only a junior, so he's coming back. He's going to be part of that nucleus that we have for next year, and that's Lyric Picard. This guy is about 5'5". He plays like he's 6'5", 280. He's just a maniac on the football field. But I believe moving him to defense really helped us in the playoffs. He didn't play defense. He just played running back all year for us. But we needed him, and he didn't want to, but he did it. And he was a dude on defense, too. He made first team All-State. He made first team All-Division. And he's one of the few running backs in Pontiac history that rushed for over 1,000 yards. That's Caleb Rock. This guy was an absolute beast on the defensive line. We call him a disruptor. That's a nose guard that we put over the center. And his arms are like this. He just grabs guys, moves them out of the way. He only weighs about $150, but he goes against kids that are like 250, 260. And without him on the D-line, I don't think we would have been where we are. That's Donovan Sachi. There's a wide receiver for us with the varsity group, defensive back, and we moved him to free safety. He played awesome for us all year long. That's Dean Benjachinkwe. This guy had a couple of bad snaps. He earned his way onto the football field by snapping on punts and extra points. And he had a couple of bad snaps, and I pulled him from a playoff game. And then we let him work on his craft, came back in the other playoff game in the Super Bowl, and didn't have one bad snap. Taylor Worthy. I just want to thank everybody and thank you for the opportunity of coaching this high school team and getting to know these young men like we have. Football season's a long season. We start in July. We end up in November, so it's about 5.5 months that we spend together. I really love these boys. The coaching staff love these boys. They are part of our family. And as we always say, we pray before every game, and we say, Lord, if it's in the cards, give us a win. And they come back with it. They are my champions, and I will always call them champions their whole life. Good job, champs.
We didn't miss anybody, did we? Okay, we have a whole pile for the rest of the team that were not here tonight, so we'll get those out to everybody else. Thank you guys very much.
Congrats, guys.
Just a couple words. So first of all, congratulations to all of you. Your coach just said you're champions. Nobody's ever gonna take that away from you because you earned that, right? So 20, 30 years from now, when you come back to Pontigansett, yeah, the certificate that coach is gonna send to the high school is gonna be there. There's also gonna be that banner. And hey, we did that, right? So be proud of that, because some of the lessons that you learned in winning that championship are gonna suit you well throughout life. Hard work, determination, fighting through difficulties, teamwork, all of that led to you being champions. And that's gonna help you be champions in life. So please take that with you. And you're all brothers now. Any type of champion, you're brothers forever. You're all tied together by this achievement that you all completed as a team, as friends, as a group. So congratulations.
Great job.
All right, you guys are free to leave. Congratulations, guys.
Great job, guys.
Oh, great job.
I got funny job.
Hey, how'd you get here?
What?
How'd you get here? You did? Can you give him a ride home? Thank you, buddy. Awesome. I look forward to hearing about it.
Great job.
That was so good.
Good job, Rob. Thanks for the ride, man.
I think I'll
Great
go
job.
on some of these. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Hey, you're gonna go home with Rocket. I know. Gotta feed him. Yeah.
They're not big.
6'1". They're all country boys. They're all country boys. That's why they won. That's it.
And they're all in the back.
You guys are all winners too. Yes. Staying around.
Put the time in.
Put the time in.
All right, where are we here, Will?
All right, we're on
Let's get
C.
this thing on the road.
Do we have to wait for Miss
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because she's.
Matthew?
I think so.
She and the mother.
We halfway there?
With the,
No, she
I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm asking the
She
clerk.
probably left it ready.
All right,
Yeah.
you move
Yeah.
forward. All right,
Where were we?
we're on 8B, and you might be on C.
C.
Just a quick question on B, I know we approved it. The transfer of funds, does it have to be designated? Was that ARPA funds we transferred?
No.
No, surplus.
Surplus, okay.
Actually, what happened was, the amount you transferred last month, she wanted to lower one of those amounts because she needed the money back in. So she just cut one of them in half.
Okay. So we're on 8.
All right.
Christine is back in the saddle.
All right.
She's out of the saddle.
Just Knock her down. You ready?
Sad Kathy.
Viva, viva!
We're not executive yet.
All right, C, bid extension request, discussion, interaction. The IFB 2024-04 road sand council received a request from DPW. December 12, 2024, to Honorable Town Council from Gary Tremmel, Public Works Director, IFB 2024-04. The existing bid, IFB 2024-04, for road sand from Barnes Concrete expires 12/31/24. Barnes Concrete has agreed to extend the bid with pricing, terms, and conditions remaining the same until December 31st, 2025. I'm requesting that the IFB 2024-04 extension be approved. Gary Tremmel, DPW Director, in a memo. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to extend IFB 2024-04 to December 31st, 2025. The existing terms with Barnes Concrete to supply road sand at a price of $21.10 a ton delivered, or $16.10 a ton picked up.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. D, personnel appointment, discussion, interaction. DPW Building and Facility Supervisor, a recommendation for appointment has not been received from DPW Director at this time. Can I get a motion?
Go ahead, Steve. No, Steve, go ahead.
Make a motion to table the appointment to DPW Building and Facilities Supervisor to the Town Council meeting of January 16th, 2024.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Legislative updates, discussion, and action. Anybody have any legislative news or questions?
No, they'll be going back into session soon. So
Yes.
we gotta keep an eye on what's going on up there.
Yes. Any town council correspondence?
Yes, I got an email from Don yesterday regarding minimum wage going up to $15 an hour on January 1st. We just need to make sure, I believe the dispatcher trainee is a $14 an hour position. We need to make sure it gets paid at $15 an hour once that, January 1st happens and the law is in effect.
Okay. We also have another piece of correspondence from the State Traffic Commissions regarding reduction in speed in the vicinity of 976 Putnam Pike. Any counselors have any correspondence?
No, but I do have a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to thank our town employees for another good year. I know we've had some challenges, we always do every year like that, but they make the town run, so I just wanted to thank them for all their hard work over the course of the year. Same thing with our volunteers, our department heads, everybody that contributes to making the town run as well as it does. I just want to thank everybody for that. Everybody has a happy and safe holiday. The other thing is, I wanted to congratulate and welcome Stephanie Calisi. She couldn't make it tonight, but welcome her to the council. And I also wanted to say thank you to Steve Arnold for his service over the last 4 years. I wanted to thank his family for letting us borrow him for 4 years in the town, and it's truly appreciated. And Steve, you've gone above and beyond, putting the time and the effort in to your work here at the council, and it'll be missed. I appreciate all your efforts. I appreciate getting to know you, not just as a council person, but as a friend, and that means a lot as well. So thank you for everything.
Pleasure. Yeah. I guess along those lines, I talk to most of the people that are still in this room all the time, but it's been an honor and a privilege to serve this town. I can say I can sleep real well at night, saying I did the best I could in every situation, and certainly want to thank my family for loaning me out to yet another crazy idea that I might have had, and there are really no words to describe how fortunate we have to have all the people that work for and with this town. Everybody sitting up here, everybody in here, and so many more. We've got a special town. We've had a lot of challenges over the last 4 years. I think given the circumstances, we've done the best we could, and proud of what we've managed to do, and just want to wish the next council all the best, and you'll have all of my support, and you know, go do hard things well for the next 2 years. You know,
Don't worry,
and-
Steve, we have lots of places that you can
Yes.
fill in on different boards and commissions, so you're not getting away that easy. And one further thing I just wanted to, you also embodied, and I think you may have, I don't know, remember exactly who coined this term, but you used it extensively, Team Glocester. You embodied that, we all work together, we're all, working towards the same goal to make Glocester the best it can be, and we all have our different perspectives, which is important, but you always embody that Team Glocester, the town first, and I always appreciate that.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent job, appreciate it, Steve.
Well, it goes back 4 years, Steve, when Jay Forge and us started this whole, it takes a whole town mentality. And I'm glad I was able to get you to come on board and do this crazy journey.
Steve, I have an idea.
Yeah. And you've done this town so many things that maybe some might not know all of the details, but you have stayed up a lot of late nights trying to make sure that this town's budget's always passed. And I think you did words can't describe what kind of a great job you did. I'm very proud of
Appreciate it.
sitting up here with you and watching you grow and be a great human being. So thank you for your service.
You will.
Thank you
Appreciate
all.
it.
It's been a great mentor. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you all for the kind words, sincerely.
All right, department heads. Anybody want to run on up?
I see one out there.
I see a couple.
He's not running.
Just talking about Team Gloucester, last week was a great week for us as far as the council, residents, Reese Across America. Great event.
Yes.
Great to see everyone there for that. Bobby Globe ran that, the logistics for that with the school, and once again, it went off without a hitch. Probably one of the best events I've ever been in through the last 15 years with in my career. So it's still running strong, so it was great. The Christmas parade on Friday night, kind of put together pretty quick, and a lot of volunteer people. All the firefighters that came out was an excellent, I think, an excellent showing. A little chilly for Santa Claus, who was on the fire truck and on the horse-drawn carriage that Director Tremmel was on, helped navigating through town. But it was a great event for everyone. So kudos to all the volunteers. Once again, everybody stepped up for that on a Friday night to get that done.
I thought you guys were out looking for the drones.
No.
That's
No.
what
I
Facebook
passed
said,
on.
you were
Facebook said
at the
you guys were-
intersection.
Well, we could.
Okay.
It's secret right now. So, hey, and with that Christmas spirit, we had a town resident come in, and she came in Thursday. No, today's Thursday. She came in Wednesday, and she gave me $11,000 check, and she said, "Hey, use it toward any renovations you're doing." Pretty upset, and I've heard this a million times about it didn't pass, but if I can help you out, she dropped this on and help for your and which is going in full steam ahead on dispatch, which is really coming along pretty good, and we should be done with that in 3 weeks. So and there's some people volunteering for that. You got Matt Floor and you got John Falco doing that. So it's going pretty good. So it's unbelievable when someone walks in and says, "Hey, I want to just give you $11,000." She writes 2 checks. She wrote 2 checks for that, and it was very good. So
Well,
yeah.
Very appreciated.
Yeah, she's nice. She's awesome. Just quickly, 2 personnel issues. We had a retirement, 2 retirements this month, and we are graduating our newest police officer on Glocester tomorrow. And Gene, if we can have around 12:30, 12:45 after graduation, he comes in, gets sworn in by yours truly, you truly, and that's what we have to do to get him on, so we can get him on the rolling on the road. So, great kid that's gonna come in, so we're looking forward to that. The last thing I'm gonna ask the council if we could, early November, I made you appointed Megan Anderson to a part-time dispatch position. She's still in training. Unbeknownst to me, and I was alerted by finance a few weeks ago that her training rate was $14 an hour. The minimum wage is going up. She's gonna end up still doing training in January, which is coming very fast, so that, obviously. So we're trying to, if I can get that on the agenda to get your approval and authorization for that next week. And I don't think it'll be in the next pay period, so it won't be effective too bad if I think that would be the January 2nd, is the next meeting. So
Yep.
if we can get her on, to get,
Well,
Doing
the
any
business,
business stuff.
yeah.
Be on the 16th.
it would be on the 16th.
But
But if we need
we just brought it up,
something-
and we can direct, we just brought it up.
Can we direct her, if she starts training, if it gets that okay, and you can retroactive that?
Well, she has to be paid, so Don sent me an email
Yeah.
today, I just brought it up to the council, but,
Yeah.
we have to follow the law, so there shouldn't be any issue.
Right,
The
it's-
finance
it's-
director needs to pay her at the correct rate.
Hopefully by then, she might even be on her own. We're trying like heck, we got a lot going on, so we're trying like heck to get her on her own. And then, we'll probably be at a point, she'll be on that next step,
Right,
what
but
you guys want.
once January 1st hits, she has to be paid $15 an hour regardless.
Yep, exactly, if
That-
she's, exactly,
That's the law.
yep, so if we just get that on, so you guys get to approve that for me, and then we can move forward.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas, everybody. Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Thank you, Chief.
May I?
Yeah.
As a department head, I just wanted to thank Steve. Your first 2 years of my 24 were probably the most tumultuous 2 years I've been through with council, and you just were amazing. I know where Team Gloucester came from when we were in between finance directors. There were nights when a whole group of us, we had nights, weekends, we made sure that we got the budget back on track. You've been amazing, and it's been an honor to work with you. I'm not giving,
Thanks, Chief.
I'll get you on that budget, probably.
They just need to change it to a Thursday.
Just have a couple of things. One is, as you know, this year we were working on the mitigation plan for the town, which would be submitted to FEMA, and then if approved, it's good for 5 years, hazard mitigation plan, which allows us to apply for grants, hazard mitigation grants and other grants. If it runs out, then we're not allowed to get the grants. We have I'm going to call it a proposed final plan, was just sent up this week, and they mull it over, they go through it, they tell us, where the periods are wrong, and there should be a comma there, stupid stuff like that. We fix it. Once we fix it, we send it back to them, they say, fine, comes to you guys, you all review it. If you don't have a problem with it, you do a resolution adopting that plan, then we send it to them, and it's good for another 5 years. So that was it took a little over a year to get that thing done, but it's good for 5 years, so we're at the end of the road for that. Also, I wanted to say that we hosted a flu clinic, which was at the Pontiac High School last weekend, and part of it was to assist the town residents in getting flu shots. The other part was that the Department of Health comes up and basically looks at us and sees how we set up and make sure we haven't lost the knack of setting up a clinic from the old COVID days, and they pay us for it. So they came up, and our volunteers did a bang-up job as usual. Everything, it's like they never, it was like it was 2 years ago. They knew where everything went, they knew where all the equipment was, and it was set up very well. The health department said that, as usual, Glocester was very organized, and they gave us 100%. And for doing the clinic, we not only helped the residents, but they gave us $4,000 towards equipment. So just wanted to let you know that.
That's good.
Steve, great job. The rest of you, congratulations on your reelection. See you next year. Thank you.
Jerry, there might be room on the CERT team for Steve, too.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, boards and commissions?
Will Moran, Glocester Land Trust. Just wanted to stop in this evening, kind of give you guys a 2024 recap, kind of the activities going on for the Land Trust. I think I'm going to do a little bit different than we have in years past. You know, obviously, trustees and volunteers have maintained almost 20 miles of trails, hiking trails, biking trails, horseback riding trails, parking areas across 2,200 acres in 10 different parcels. And of course, kind of day in and day out, the trustees and volunteers, weekends, kind of are out there cutting trees that have fallen over in trails, fixing washout areas, blazing trails, cutting new trails, just kind of keeping those open spaces open and available to people. And I don't want to discount the number of hours and the effort that kind of goes into those types of activities, but what I also wanted to do was, like, one, recognize that those activities happen, but look a little bit deeper, kind of to understand what are the things the Land Trust is working on, kind of like outside of those day-to-day tasks that kind of align with the town and the comprehensive plan to understand, you know, what are our objectives kind of moving forward. So with that, the second bullet point here is, you probably noticed we've completed the installation and opening of the 2 pavilions that were made possible through DEM recreation grants. So one is up on Steer Hill, really useful when it's in the middle of the summer and the sun is baking you. It's kind of a really nice spot to kind of rest and continue along your way. Also at Hawkins Pond, we have another pavilion, so if you drive by in the warmer months, you probably see people kind of like under there, eating lunch, doing all kinds of things. So like as traffic kind of increases at that property, you'll kind of see those pavilions utilized. They are ADA compliant per the guidelines from DEM, so they're kind of accessible to all. Kind of a little bit up the road from Hawkins Pond, there's the Quandran Schoolhouse on the left, right as you're kind of approaching Connecticut. It's an old historic schoolhouse. It's, you know, it's been maintained to a degree over time, but this year we've kind of like made an effort to like, let's utilize that building in some capacity. So it's in existence, it's in good shape, it's been painted, it has a new roof. How can we use that building to kind of benefit the town? So we've installed a handicap access ramp. We work with FM Global to kind of get that project completed, with future goals to kind of make that into like a welcome center or a visitor center or something we can, you know, run workshops out of, hunter safety classes, partner with businesses in town to use the space for educational purposes or things like that. So kind of, we have this building, we pay to maintain it, how then can we like turn it around and make it useful to us? We've partnered with the EDC, so at our last meeting we've agreed to partially fund the Glocester branding initiative that you folks are kind of well aware of. So we've contributed money there, but in addition to the contribution of funds, we are also kind of looking for like a seat at the table to make sure like the rural aesthetic and, you know, the Land Trust properties are like represented and are part of that branding image. So then we can kind of like turn it around. It'll benefit the town, it'll benefit the Land Trust, it'll benefit the residents, kind of partner in those ways. We have also partnered with the EDC to kind of, so at our trailheads, you know, we've got the signage, we've got the maps, we've got the rules, but we've worked with the EDC to kind of develop QR codes. So if you're there, you can get trail information, but you can also, you know, hey, I'm at Steer Hill. What is available for restaurants? What is available for outdoor sporting equipment? Things like that. So kind of tie in. Yes, this is an outdoor recreation opportunity, but visitors both in town and out of town, how do they get more information about like what's available around them? So partnering that way. We've kind of independent of the EDC, but going forward we will kind of work with them. We've piloted, what I'll call piloted, 4 different opportunities where we kind of collaborate and partner with local businesses. So Listen to Your Art is a, you know, popular children's art venue class. So we've worked with them at Hawkins Pond. So kids can come out, kind of paint a squirrel or whatever arts and crafts project there is.
Not a real squirrel.
Not a real squirrel, no. A wooden squirrel, not a real one.
Glow in the dark.
And then we've like then kind of like hung them along the trail and like encouraged folks to kind of come out and find all the squirrels. Just a nice way to kind of get the younger kids involved. We've also held mountain bike events with NEMBA, and in doing so, we kind of reached out to the folks that own the Peloton bike shop in town to see if they were interested in, for example, like doing bike inspections, safety inspections, that kind of thing. So kind of, as well as, you know, a yoga studio, can we do some yoga at Hawkins Pond? So, you know, we get Gloucester residents kind of like out to the properties to experience them in a different way, but there's also kind of a benefit to like the businesses around. So those were like our pilot opportunities just to kind of see how it would work. Our goal kind of going into the new year is to partner with EDC and then additional businesses to see kind of like how do we make these things go together so it's mutually beneficial. Makes sense. So as I've mentioned, we've partnered with NEMBA, the Northeast Mountain Bike Association, so we've had kind of extensive talks about, you know, Sprague Farm is a huge property. There's a network of trails for foot traffic and horses and all these types of things, but what we're trying to explore is there the potential for dedicated mountain biking trails. So what we've learned is there are a ton of mountain bikers in Gloucester, I know it's Maine, that have a lot of interest and a lot of vested interest in this, but kind of working with NEMBA to identify where on the property, what properties these trails could be, to give additional recreational opportunities to residents. But then again, along the same theme is, you know, mountain bike is tremendously popular. How can we use, you know, a premier mountain biking area to kind of draw people in, draw businesses in, to kind of go with the theme of like building commerce and supporting businesses. So we're kind of in the trail planning phase. In partnership with NEMBA, we've raised almost enough money to cover the trail design portion of the project. But as we kind of move forward with that, we'll keep you folks up to speed. And then lastly, I've been here a couple times to talk about the high hazard Hawkins Dam. We're still here. But I do have really good news. So, you know, I think the last time I was here, we submitted engineering reports that were really suggestive that we should get this reclassification. We did get a little bit of pushback, reluctance to kind of reclassify, but Dave DeCoste and myself and other folks kind of pushed back a little bit. We had an in-person meeting. We brought GZA, our engineering firm, and we just had like really detailed conversations to understand what is the true hazard classification of this dam, and like what steps can we take to like convince DEM to consider reclassifying. So it was a little bit rocky, but at the end of the day, I think we've got consensus that this dam is in fact not high hazard and significant hazard. That final engineering report, post-meeting edits are submitted. We're waiting for DEM just to kind of finalize it, get it in writing. But I think this is a tremendous accomplishment. It's been
Years.
way too long, and it's still been way too, I can't believe this project is like, no, this is just the classification portion. We still have to fix the dam. But I think the good news is we were able to, you know, until it's in writing, I won't say it's for certain, but we convinced those folks that this is in fact not high hazard, it's significant hazard. And, you know, that's significant in a couple of ways. One is, you know, people need to know it's not a high hazard. There's no significant risk of loss of life, right? So like you look at that little tiny pond, people are like, it's gonna, you know, wash out the town below it. That's not the case. This is a significant hazard dam, meaning that there's the potential for like property damage. So like if it were to let go, it could damage 44, it could damage some outbuildings, things like that, but there's no potential for loss of life. And I'm even skeptical it would damage the roof, but we'll leave it there. And even more significantly is like, if we had just succumbed to DEM's wishes and said this is going to stay a high hazard, the reality of that is that's the equivalent of like the Hoover Dam. Like you're overtopping protection, you're building this thing out, it's going to be a lot of concrete, certainly not feasible in the GLT budget. I know years ago the council was approached about a bond. My belief is if we were not successful in reclassification, it would essentially come to that. We'd either have to get rid of the dam or spend millions of dollars to rebuild it, which really isn't a lot about the dam. I'm very confident that we're gonna get that letter that says, yes, we're in fact reclassified. And then my hope is we can then move to the final planning and then repair the dam. Hopefully, some collaboration, partnership with DPW, we get it. He's been awesome, got big plans. And then kind of get the final plan, complete whatever's required to bring this up to the safe classification, and then kind of move on, we'll always maintain the dam, but just move on to more traditional, like, land trust type activities. Never thought when I kind of signed up for this that I'd be learning about dam engineering, never thought it. So, anyway, that's kind of the update. Again, I don't want to downplay the amount of time and effort and hours and work that goes into maintaining these properties and keeping them open, but I also didn't want to like overwhelm you with statistics like the number of trees that we cut down. So I thought these bullet points were kind of like in addition.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a nice recap, I like it.
Yeah.
Questions?
Thank you and
Great
all of
news.
your staff for keeping this together.
Thanks so much, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Will.
All right, open forum. Nobody there? All right, can we get a motion to reconvene to executive?
Make a motion to convene to executive session pursuant to our IGL 42-46-5A1 sessions pertaining to discussion of the job performance, etc. Employee was notified, discussion, consideration, vote, or other action by town council.
Second?
All in favor? Oh, call up, will the clerk please call the roll, please?
Councilor Greathorn?
Aye.
Councilor Steer?
Aye.
Councilor Burlingame?
Aye.
Councilor Arnold?
Aye.
Councilor Murphy?
Aye. All right. Thank you again, Will.